This is KVUE News Daybreak.
K2 numbers, once again, a big problem for Austin. What's happening today that might help with the problem?
The president of China comes to the United States today to meet with President Trump as North Korea and Syria weigh heavily on his mind. I'm ABC's Lana Zach in Washington with that story coming up.
Plus, a nurse's aide accused of abusing an elderly woman at a local nursing home is out of a job and facing charges. What the woman's son is saying about the news.
Good Thursday morning to you, and thank you for joining us for Daybreak. 5 a.m. is your time. I'm Brian Mays.
And I'm Yvonne Nava. It is Thursday, April 6th. Let's take a look at what we're tracking today with Storm Team meteorologist Erica Lopez.
Hey guys, well, as you're heading out the door this morning, don't forget the sweater. We have plenty of 40s out there across the viewing area. 45 at ABIA, in the 50s, Camp Mabry. Dew points are cool and comfortable as well. Right now, the hill country is the cool spot, close to 30 degrees, actually in the 30s for some folks such as Fredericksburg, also Enchanted Rock, 37. It is a chilly start to your morning. Good morning to the Austin metro area. 54 degrees is your current temp. Leander at 39. You guys are on the cool side also. Plenty of 40s. And also some upper 30s across the eastern counties. We're calling it 79 for your forecasted high today. Plenty of sunshine. It's going to be a dry, sunny day, so that's the good news. Dew points on the low side. Overnight lows tonight, not going to be as cool as where we have been, but it's still going to be a quite comfortable evening in store. Let's take a look at the roads this morning. As you're heading out the door, we don't have any major accidents to report on as of now on major highways, but what we are keeping an eye on are your drive times this morning. So traffic concerns are looking good. Here's a shot if you're commuting southbound this morning on I-35 and Palmer Lane. Notice the roads are looking nice and clear. So again, we're going to have more updates on traffic this morning. Guys, back to you.
All right, thanks so much. Well, happening today, Mayor Steve Adler will address the rise of synthetic drug use here in Austin, an issue the city has been tackling since 2012. Austin-Travis County EMS has been dealing with an uptick in K2 calls these past few weeks. K2 is a synthetic drug made from a combination of hazardous chemicals. Just last night, 25 people were hospitalized due to bad reactions from K2. On Monday, 20 people were also taken to the hospital for similar reactions, and last week, responders treated 50 people, and 23 of them were rushed to the hospital. Austin police have been working with state and national officials to fix the problem.
11 weeks into the presidency of Donald Trump, and the current situations in Syria and North Korea have put Trump's America First foreign policy to its biggest test. The new administration announcing the horrific chemical weapons attack in Syria, calling out President Bashar al-Assad and Russia. President Trump saying he's now changed his attitude. The latest development comes on the eve of another big foreign policy test for the president. A meeting with the president of China. As Lana Zach reports, North Korea will be a big topic during this meeting.
President Trump says these images, and others too graphic to show here, of children killed in a chemical weapons attack in northern Syria have changed his perspective.
That attack on children yesterday had a big impact on me. Big impact. My attitude toward Syria and Assad has changed very much.
Prior to becoming the president, Mr. Trump had tweeted, "Syria is not our problem," but now he's calling out the Assad regime.
That crosses many, many lines beyond the red line.
At an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council, Russia continued to deny Assad's responsibility, blaming terrorists and actors. But U.S. Ambassador Nikki Haley said the facts were undeniable. The Syrian government used chemical weapons against their own people, killing more than 80, mostly women and children.
There are times in the life of states that we are compelled to take our own action.
The new tough talk on Syria follows another major foreign policy challenge, North Korea. On Wednesday, the Hermit Kingdom launched another medium-range ballistic missile. President Trump is likely to raise that issue today with China's President Xi Jinping when he begins his visit at Mar-a-Lago.
North Korea, we have a big problem. We have somebody that is not doing the right thing, and that's going to be my responsibility.
And President Trump has said all options are on the table when it comes to North Korea. And like Syria, administration officials have said the U.S. is prepared to go it alone if international allies like China fail to help. Lana Zach, ABC News, Washington.
Back here in Austin, many locals with ties to Syria are sharing their thoughts on the deadly tragedy. Emily Hawthorne's a Middle East analyst for Stratfor, an Austin-based global intelligence firm. She says this isn't the first reported use of chemical warfare in Syria, nor the first condemnation.
There is a certain degree of boldness coming from the Syrian government that they would dare to conduct such an attack. And I think a lot of it has to do with an absence of a fear of reprisal. When there are attacks like this, there is renewed interest on the issue of regime change and the question of where does Assad go because of the human cost of the conflict.
This is the third reported chemical attack in Syria in nearly a week. The Syrian government denying responsibility for the attack, claiming they don't use chemical weapons.
Former Texas Governor Rick Perry now has an official spot on the National Security Council. President Donald Trump removed chief political strategist Steve Bannon yesterday. The decision comes after President Trump authorized the reorganization of the NSC to include Bannon as a permanent member of the panel. This was back in January. Bannon had attended only one NSC meeting. Well, just a few hours from now, Texas lawmakers will start to take up the state's $218 billion budget at the Capitol. House members will decide what to pay for and what to cut from the state. And it looks like they have a long day ahead of them. The House will go over 400 amendments that have been filed. At the last session, House members filed around 350 amendments to the budget, and that debate lasted 18 hours.
Also happening at the state capitol today, the family of a San Antonio area teen who took his own life after dealing with cyberbullying will testify at a public hearing. It's been 15 months since 16-year-old David Molak committed suicide. His family says he dealt with prolonged bullying online, and now they want to bring awareness and tackle the issue. The Molak family will testify at today's State Affairs public hearing on behalf of David's Law, which aims to prevent and tackle cyberbullying. If David's Law passes, it will give Texas school districts the ability to investigate on and off-campus bullying and work with law enforcement on investigations.
Well, 5:06 is your time, and if you or a loved one uses an inhaler, listen up. GlaxoSmithKline, or GSK, is recalling thousands of its inhalers nationwide. Nearly 600,000 inhalers are getting recalled because of a leak in the inhaler's propellant. This defect may cause the inhaler to deliver fewer doses than indicated on the inhaler's dose counter, which may cause temporary health problems. For more information on which specific products are impacted by the recall, go to our website, KVUE.com. We have the inhalers. Not too long ago, we had the EpiPens. Those are some big, recalls or issues with those products.
A lot of people use those medications, no doubt. Arrested and charged. The Pflugerville man accused of abusing an elderly woman at an Austin nursing home is in jail this morning.
It's a story we first brought to you last week on KVUE. Let's go straight to Daybreak's Corey Coffin live in the newsroom with the details. Corey.
Well, Brandon Vaughn, KVUE was there as Pflugerville police tracked down and arrested Carlos Santa Cruz at his home yesterday. But this is actually an Austin Police Department case because the alleged incident happened at the Windsor Nursing and Rehabilitation Center in North Austin. Now, Santa Cruz is now facing assault charges. Officials say last week he posted Snapchat videos of himself taunting an 83-year-old woman with a feather, making her smear feces on her face. The incident happened at the Windsor Nursing and Rehabilitation Center, as we mentioned, on Duval in North Austin. That elderly woman is okay. We spoke with her son about these charges. He says it's time they've been filed.
The entire family's just relieved. I'm relieved. This has been just such a nightmare to get to this point. So yeah, it's just a huge relief to at least, get the process started.
Santa Cruz was suspended from the nursing home when those videos surfaced. He's been charged with misdemeanor assault. If convicted, he could face up to a year in county jail and a fine of up to $4,000. And we also know that Santa Cruz is already on probation for another crime. That's the fraud count, which is a third-degree felony. We're live in the newsroom. I'm Corey Coffin for KVUE News. Guys, back to you.
Corey, thank you. Families from Indiana all the way to Florida cleaning up damage left behind after severe weather tore through those states last night. Take a look at these heavy rains, even a tornado captured on camera in Georgia. In that same state, a family being rescued from dangerous floodwaters. Also in Atlanta, Georgia, lightning striking a home, causing major damage.
I've seen a lot of lightning strikes, but I've never seen them hit this close.
Now, the good news so far, no serious injuries have been reported. Time now to check on the forecast with Erica Lopez. Erica, that was some serious severe weather they dealt with.
Yeah, and the good news is that the majority of that weather now pushing along the eastern seaboard, so they're finally going to get a break. But you can notice there's still a decent line of showers and thunderstorms, especially central Florida. That's exactly where a tornado watch is still in place, and a thunderstorm watch this morning in effect until about 7 a.m. local time, so they should expire momentarily. As for us here across the Lone Star State, things are quiet and a little bit chilly. You probably noticed a cool down this morning. To be a little bit more precise, we're about 13 degrees cooler San Marcos this morning than where we were yesterday. Austin, just a couple degrees. Here's a look at your rush hour forecast. We're in the clear throughout the entire day. The only change for today will be your afternoon highs will be a couple degrees warmer, and the winds will not be that strong. We're actually talking about some strong winds. I wanted to share with you the KVUE photo of the morning. This was shared with us on Instagram by Jane K. You can find us on Instagram. Share your photos with us. Hashtag KVUE. Let us know how you're enjoying the weather, and we'd love to feature it during Daybreak. Guys, back to you.
Beautiful skies.
Beautiful skies. All right, Yvonne, if you could do any other job, what would you like to do?
I don't know. There's so many, but I really, when I was younger, wanted to either be a journalist or a rockette.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a rock star.
No, a rockette.
A rockette would be fun.
Yeah,
I don't
but
think
my legs aren't that long. You know, don't you have to be like a certain length?
You gotta be really,
like
really
a gazelle.
and,
I'm not. Yeah.
But you can dance good. We get told a lot that our job looks fun, but we want to try your job out.
Yes, we're kicking off a new series here on KVUE Daybreak. It's called Take This Job. Here's how it works. You submit your job, and then one of us on the Daybreak crew will come give it a try for a day.
That's right. So if you have a great job, you think it's fun, maybe you think it's really hard, and you don't think we could do it, and we'd look like fools, those are what we're looking for.
Yes, we want something really difficult.
To submit your entry for Take This Job, you don't have to shove it, you just have to take this job. Email us news@kvue.com, message us on Facebook, either Yvonne or I or KVUE or any of us here at the station. Or you can tweet us if you do the tweeter. Just use the hashtag KVUE.
You call it the tweeter?
The tweeter. We've already gotten a bunch of good ones.
We've gotten some really good ones.
So send them in. If this is fun, we'll just keep doing it. We're going to do it for a week, and then we'll see how it goes.
And then we'll see how it all progresses, okay?
Fox News anchor Bill O'Reilly getting back up this morning.
President Trump is weighing in on the sexual assault allegations against O'Reilly, what he's saying about the situation this morning.
And Austin police want you to look out for a guy, what he's accused of doing, and why officers are desperate to find him. This guy. Stay with him.